I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. We continue with the topic of intervals as we turn to page 45 of the Grade 4 Discovering Music Theory workbook. And here in exercise 7 we are required to create the intervals that have been asked for here. Remember, we should always go high, we always count from the bottom up, and we always count the lowest note as the tonic. So the first job is to just place the blob in the correct place, as it were. We need the note head on the correct line or space to properly represent the interval, and then we can adjust the semitones to suit as required. So for example, here we have in the bass clef an A flat, we've got to give a fifth, so we just literally count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only way this can go wrong is if you forget to count the given note as number 1. If you start going off 1, 2, you'll be a step short. Because remember, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and A, B, C, D, E. It's got to be an A something to an E something. Now we know that the fifths are perfect, so A flat to E flat, bearing in mind that A flat here is our tonic. So we know that A flat major has E flats in it, and the fact that there's no E flat but it's raised tells it's been made bigger, and so we've augmented that originally perfect interval and made it bigger. And so here the first job is to get the seventh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. So we haven't even thought what we're doing yet, that's just half of the job done. Now we're in the treble clef, this is an A something to a G something. Now we know that A major has G sharps. And this is a G natural. Major means greater, minor means smaller, and also A minor has no sharps or flats in it in its natural form, and so that is the minor seventh, nothing needs changing. And now here we're starting from a D, we've got to count a sixth, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the A, 6 is the B, and we know that because D, E, F, G, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 something. Now D major has F sharps and C sharps, B is not affected by that, that would be the major 6 exactly as it is. And if you think about it, we know that D minor is related to F major, which has B flats, and that's what creates that minor interval. It would be a semitone smaller with a B flat. That would be the minor 6th, wouldn't it? Now then, here we need a perfect fourth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, G, A, B, C. And G sharp to C sharp is a perfect fourth. Just as we know that G to C is a perfect fourth, G sharp to C sharp is a perfect fourth. And we know actually in the major and the minor scale, so G sharp minor would have C sharps, wouldn't it? So we need to sharpen that to make it perfect. Now even though this comes second, we need to write the higher note counting upwards. So first of all we need to just make sure we get seventh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 takes us to C. You know the lines go 1, 3, 5, 7 lines. Now then, let's just think about it. This is quite a tricky starting point, because we know that D to C sharp would be major. D to C natural would be minor, and if we lower the bottom number again, the bottom note here goes up. We've made it smaller again, so we know that D sharp to C becomes diminished. So C natural is what we're after here. D sharp's quite a tricky one to start from, because we know that in D sharp minor we'd have the raised seventh, which would be major, but it gets a little bit convoluted that way, working it from there. So I just think let's start from D. We know that D to C sharp is major, D to C natural is minor, and then if we lower the bottom note up to the D sharp, that takes us another step smaller, and that gives us our diminished. Either way, it's just correct as we've done it here. Now here we have a B, and we need a third, so 1, 2, 3 takes us to D. Now we know that B major has a key signature of F, C, G, D, A sharps, so the D should be sharpened to be major. B minor would not have D sharps, it's just got F sharps and C sharps, and so the minor version would not require the sharp, would it? So do go ahead and try these remaining exercises. It's always better to just jump in and have a go. Even if you get it wrong, you'll learn much more thoroughly that way. So here we are in the alto clef, C, B, A, G, F, and we need a fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, G, A, B. Now we know that F to B flat is a perfect fourth, and to augment that we get bigger to B natural, so actually that is correct. That's our augmented fourth right there. Now here in the treble clef we have an A, so the next step up is the second, so A something to B something equals a minor second. Now we know that A to B is a major second, that's a full tone, and so to make it a minor second we need a semitone, so we're going to have to bring that down further to B flat. Now then here we have a seventh, 1, 3, 5, 7, space, 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 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's our leading note. And we know that in F sharp minor we have a key signature of F, C, G sharps, and that is part of that, and then the raised seventh makes it a major interval. However, you could look at it another way. We know that F to E is a major seventh, therefore F sharp to E sharp is also a major seventh. Just parallel move it and see it's the same. We're just kind of transplanting it to an easier starting point, aren't we? Either way, that's the major seventh. Now here we start with a C sharp, so we need a sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 takes us to A. And we need to create this as a major sixth. And again, C sharp is perhaps a tricky starting note, so we know that C to A is major, because C major has no sharps or flats. C sharp to A sharp is therefore also major. And also in C sharp minor, we know that we have the raised sixth and the raised seventh creating those major intervals. So in C sharp minor, we have a key signature of F, C, G, D sharps, but in the ascending version, we raise the sixth. And so that would be part of the melodic minor ascending, where we raise the sixth and it creates a major interval. Now here we have a B flat, so next door to that will be C. So B something to C something is a second. Now we need to make sure this is an augmented second. Now B flat to C is a major second because it's a full tone, and then to augment that we increase it by another semitone to C sharp. Now then here we're counting up from this second note, we need a fifth, 1, 3, 5, That's half the work done before we even know what we're doing actually. So this is a C, D, E, and we're going to C, D, E, F, G, A, B. That's our perfect fifth. E to B is perfect. And then we need it to be augmented, so we're going to have to go from B and raise it to a B sharp. And there's our augmented fifth. And then moving on to exercise 8, we have the same process again, exactly the same thinking process, using exactly the same steps to figure out what's going on here. However, we've just got to circle the appropriate answer. Now we can't say whether it's perfect, major or minor, let alone diminished or augmented, until we've counted the number of steps. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4th of some sort. So we know that it can't be major and it can't be minor because it's either perfect, augmented or diminished. And we know that F major and F minor, the F to B flat is the perfect. Nothing's been sort of increased or diminished past that. Now this next one is quite low down, so I'm going to just jump it up an octave to a more sort of easily readable pitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us to G. So we're at G, but that's an octave lower. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us to C. So that's a G, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4th. It's a 4th, and so we know it can't be major, it can't be minor. Now G to C would be perfect. G major and G minor just have normal C, and so the fact that it's C sharp tells us it's been made bigger, and so it's augmented. So do perhaps try these remaining few. Just press pause, have a go. I'm hoping that you've had a go of these, and let's look through them together now. So here we have a C, B, A, G, F sharp to C. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5th. And again, we know that it can't be major or minor. There's no major or minor 4ths, 5ths or octaves. It's either perfect, diminished or augmented. Now let's see, F to C we know is perfect. F sharp to C sharp is perfect. However, we've got F sharp to C natural here, and so we've made it smaller, and so it's diminished. Now then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. Now the fact that it's a double sharp is quite interesting because it tells us that we're starting in a minor key in a sense. However, let's just think about this. We know that when we've got in G sharp minor, G sharp to F sharp is part of that, and then we raise it again and that makes it major. Let's just think about it in another way though. So we know that G to F sharp is major, and so G sharp to F double sharp is going to be major also. We've just transplanted the octave. It looks like an octave, doesn't it? But it's not, because we've gone to F double sharp. It's not the same as an octave at all. So G to F sharp is major, G sharp to F double sharp is also major. And what's happened here is we've had the G sharp melodic minor or harmonic minor version. The F sharp would be part of the minor scale, and then we've raised the 7th to make it a major interval. And so the fact that it's that raised 7th in the minor key tells us that it's a major interval. And then finally, here's a C, here's a D flat. That's a second of some sort, so it can't be perfect. Now we know that C to D flat is a semitone, and so that's a minor second. And that's that page completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.